me himself.
God has a funny way of showing you lessons.
Today it's time to stop singing and start swinging.
I just need you to know that I see you and I'm proud of you. I need you to remember that you're royal and we're proud.
He took at least 9 that we know about. And I'm not speculating because he told this to me himself.
God has a funny way of showing you lessons.
Today it's time to stop singing and start swinging.
I just need you to know that I see you and I'm proud of you. I need you to remember that you're royal and we're proud.
He took at least 9 that we know about. And I'm not speculating because he told this to me himself.
God has a funny way of showing you lessons.
Today it's time to stop singing and start swinging.
I just need you to know that I see you and I'm proud of you. I need you to remember that you're royal and we're proud.
He took at least 9 that we know about. And I'm not speculating because he told this to me himself.
God has a funny way of showing you lessons.
Today it's time to stop singing and start swinging.
I just need you to know that I see you and I'm proud of you. I need you to remember that you're royal and we're proud.
He took at least 9 that we know about. And I'm not speculating because he told this to me himself.
God has a funny way of showing you lessons.
Today it's time to stop singing and start swinging.
I just need you to know that I see you and I'm proud of you. I need you to remember that you're royal and we're proud.
He took at least 9 that we know about. And I'm not speculating because he told this to me himself.
God has a funny way of showing you lessons.
Today it's time to stop singing and start swinging.
I just need you to know that I see you and I'm proud of you. I need you to remember that you're royal and we're proud.
He took at least 9 that we know about. And I'm not speculating because he told this to me himself.
God has a funny way of showing you lessons.
Today it's time to stop singing and start swinging.
I just need you to know that I see you and I'm proud of you. I need you to remember that you're royal and we're proud.
He took at least 9 that we know about. And I'm not speculating because he told this to me himself.
God has a funny way of showing you lessons.
Today it's time to stop singing and start swinging.
I just need you to know that I see you and I'm proud of you. I need you to remember that you're royal and we're proud.
He took at least 9 that we know about. And I'm not speculating because he told this to me himself.
God has a funny way of showing you lessons.
Today it's time to stop singing and start swinging.
I just need you to know that I see you and I'm proud of you. I need you to remember that you're royal and we're proud.
Barbershop Conversations, man. What's up, Keno, JP, Era JQ? And that's all we got in the queue right now. And without further ado, Lincoln, Curtis, Gerald, Lincoln, Curtis, Gerald, Hawthorne. Appreciate you, man. Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. We getting that 10,000 hours. He in here freestyling, creating some magic, creating some music. Appreciate you, man. Thank you, man. Love you, man. Close the door behind you. And yeah, man, I appreciate your main event. I don't know what message. You gotta put in the chat what you said, and I'll take it from there. Yeah, Lincoln getting better and better and better. 10,000 hour rule, brick by brick, inch by inch. You know what I mean? You're gonna sell dope, build a house. You know, and that's pretty much what it is, man. I gotta share this story with y'all, man. I'm sitting literally having dinner, and I'm around a whole bunch of educators and non-black educators, by the way, non-black. And I was like, how's the year? Have you started back school yet? Yeah, I started school. I started school Monday. No, yeah, I started school Monday, and yeah, we having a good time, and I got to work a little bit more, and I'm at a charter school now, and you know, so on and so forth. And all right, I'm back. All right, I'm back. I had my internet. I'm gonna have to connect it to an Ethernet tomorrow because my internet is unstable. You know, the winds and stuff over here, man. It does a doozy. But thank you guys for hanging in there. Before the Bridgerweight, man, I don't give two shit about the Bridgerweight, man. It's a WBC belt, right? I don't know. Don't care. I don't think no other. They just added a new division for money, but they're going to say to protect the heavyweights, which sounds good, you know. But they just added an 18th division, and they're going to make a lot of money, a lot more money, you know. I think Wilder's in the Bridgerweight division now, right? He's going to drop some weight, but I where I left off at, I don't know where we broke up at, but I was having dinner with some educators, and school is starting back up, and you know, school starts back up this week in a lot of cities here in Los Angeles, and we got on the subject of names, and these non-black educators told me they have black kids in their class named Hennessy. And then she says, oh, she goes by Remy. I mean, she goes by Henny. And I'm like, and this, oh no, well, we're not done yet. We're not done. I have another kid named Remy. I says, what? She says, yeah. And then we got another one named Tangeray. Then we got another one named LA-A. I said, for real? And I sat in disbelief. I couldn't understand it. And we were out to dinner, and Dre is looking at me and says, why are you so shocked? I says, I can't believe this shit. I says, the nerve of these niggas. Man, oh my gosh. These got to be the dumbest bitches and niggas in the history of existence. I don't give a fuck. Hate me if you want to. I don't care. I sat there in disbelief. I've never met anyone named Hennessy. I've never met anyone named Remy. You know, I heard Remy on the Higher Learning, but I ain't never met a girl. So I says the teacher got to call that girl's name every day. Says, yeah, I got to call her name, but she goes by Henny. I says, oh my gosh. So that means that 3rd-year-old girl, 4th-year-old girl, and everyone in that school got to be subjected to that shit. I said, oh my gosh, man. Like, where did we go wrong? What type of nigga, what type of woman would name their daughter first name Hennessy? I said, oh my gosh. And then he said, I got another one named Candy. I said, Candy? I said, she gonna be a stripper. And you know what they said is, and I says, I sat there in disbelief. Literally sat there in disbelief. Unfucking believable. These niggas and these bitches are literally destroying these kids' names, destroying these kids' lives before they even get there. And we got to be super intentional, man. Like, I know many of y'all think that my kids were named after presidents, but they wasn't. I got the name from Lincoln Kennedy, the offensive lineman from the Raiders and the University of Washington. I played basketball. I played basketball with him when I was in college, and I was trying to think of some very safe names for my kids because I knew Hawthorne would work. So when Hennessy Williams goes, or Hennessy Jones goes and fill out an application, Hennessy. Oh my gosh. What world are we in, y'all? What world are we in that you would name your daughter Hennessy? Oh my gosh. Unfucking believable. That threw me in a loop, man. I was sitting there at dinner just in shock. Henny? So the girl goes by Henny? She says, yeah, my daughter, the kid girls go by Henny. Oh my gosh. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. When they fill out an application and they check black, what is it? Black, non-Hispanic, Hennessy Williams, Hennessy Jones. Oh my gosh. See, I've been in a little bubble, you know what I mean? Like, but Hennessy? We got some ignorant motherfuckers in this society, man. We have some ignorant motherfuckers in this society, man. You know what I mean? Just beyond retarded. If you name your child after an alcohol beverage or have a stripper name, you's a stupid ass parent. Stupid ass parent. And you basically made your child's life 15% harder. I don't know, it may be even tougher, especially coming from the hood where I grew up. How's she gonna make it down the street? What's up, Henny? Henny! Hennessy, come here. I wouldn't even want my child. I literally would not allow Lincoln to play with that kid because of their name. Fred, you crazy. I don't want my child talking about drugs and alcohol. Nah, I wouldn't even do it. I'm being honest. Nah, she can't come to the pool party. Nah, they got to figure out on their own. Nah. I wouldn't hang out. My son wouldn't hang out with no kid at a very I'm talking about elementary school age. You know what I mean? Like when you get older and you can decipher and shit like that. But I just can't believe it, man. I'm sorry. I must be in a bubble. Like I literally must be in a bubble because this ain't nothing new to y'all. This shit is new to me. Hennessy, man. And then they said Tangeray. I said they must be 57 years old because Tangeray was an alcoholic beverage when I was in college. You know, my teammates used to steal it. You know what I mean? Used to steal it. Used to go to Whittier Liquor on Whittier Boulevard and steal the alcohol out of there, man. Hey, Henny! Lincoln think I'm calling him. Oh my God. Hey, Tangeray. Huh. Wow. That's news to me, y'all. I'm flabbergasted. I apologize, y'all, but I'm flabbergasted. I would go up to the principal and be like, I can't call. I can't call. I would go to the principal and says, I can't call this girl's name with 21 kids in my class in the second grade. That's basically saying, what's up, blood? What's up, cuz? What's up, Hennessy? It's the same tone. It's the same tenor. Man, listen. I know how important names are because when I'm doing phone business, people think I'm white. Frederick Hawthorne. And I don't give a fuck what they think. I'm leveraging how they're responding to me, and they might jump into real estate. They still got to apply for loans. Shit. Hennessy, get the fuck out of here. Get the stupid, man. What type of stupid shit is this? Man, I don't know. I know a couple who named their kid Blaze when they were young because they loved to smoke. Get the fuck out of here. I never knew that. I literally never knew. We got a whole bunch of nigga bitches in the society. We got a whole bunch of dumb niggas, and we got nigga bitches. And I say nigga bitches because it gets y'all attention. And I'm not talking about just black women. I just think we're just all dumb. I want to change the topic of the show. I'm like, man, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. I haven't taught since 2007. And there's no way on God's green earth. Oh, your credit score won't be nice. Get the Margie. You living in a bubble, man. I got perfect credit. And no, Dre has perfect credit. And from lender to lender, the credit is the loan is different. It's not you don't go to the same. The lender is different. You know, it's completely different. Man, you get and you don't know who's the underwriter. The underwriters everybody's different. Your loan officer is different than your underwriter. The one who approves the loan, you know what I mean? Who builds the body of work, you know? Man, we doing all these fucking hypotheticals. Fuck them fucking hypotheticals. What if this? Nah. These little ass kids' lives are more challenging. I don't give a fuck. She gonna be an entrepreneur. Yeah, if she's a stripper or sells alcohol, she wins. Those are perfect names for strippers and if you own a liquor store. So I guess when at career day, when she raised her hand, Hennessy Williams, what you gonna be when you grow up? I think I'm gonna be a stripper or own a liquor store. Niggas, man. Straight niggas. What's up, man? What's up, Nate?
What's up, Fred?
Hey,
Hey, all you motherfuckers, on September 24th, we coming, baby. We coming in hot. The juggernaut. Joe Joyce is coming for destruction to
You got
take
a new
care
favorite
of
fighter?
Joe Park, huh?
You got a new favorite fighter, huh?
New favorite fighter. No, Fred, have you seen the juggernaut fight? I'm telling you, Joe Joyce is the future king of the heavyweight division. He's coming for the crown.
That nigga old.
And it starts with Joe Parker. He's going to get it. He tried to duck the fight, Fred, for the first time. He tried to run away. He tried to make excuse after excuse. But after they showed him that there was no way out, like Rocky, no easy way out, they said, look, man, you're going to have to fight this guy or we ain't paying your ass. We ain't going to keep letting you get away with this shit. And he had to take that fucking fight. Now, the proof is in the pudding. The curtains, the writing is on the wall. It's over with, Fred. I can't wait. What do you think about that fight?
I don't give a fuck.
You don't give a fuck.
Nah.
What do you give a fuck about, Fred?
Right now?
Yeah. Let's talk about it.
This home, getting these kids ready for Monday.
That's real.
And you know, I'm really, these interest rates are really fucking with me right now. Like I wanted to buy this 24 unit building, but it don't make sense. You know what I mean? With the interest rate so fucking high, and in LA, a 24 unit building is anywhere 3.5 to 4.5. That's really where I'm at. And it's just not a good, inflation is too high. So that's honestly where my brain is. So I'm trying to create some new revenue streams. Keep it a buck with you. Where you go, Nate? Oh, I took you out. My bad. Go ahead.
I think more people need to, just research self-sufficiency classes, or how to be truly the definition of self-sufficient. Because if you're truly self-sufficient, it doesn't matter what the economy is at. It doesn't matter. It won't matter. You can survive anything, Fred.
Yeah, I
Anything.
can survive, but
You
I
can
want.
you can
I need
survive.
money.
Listen. You can survive without the dollar. Do you know how powerful that is? That you can have no money and still survive. That's powerful. Most of us, if money was worth shit, we'll be screwed. Let's be honest.
But that won't happen.
I'm just saying, Fred, like that, we'll be screwed. I think
Yeah.
that's powerful, just to have the ability to survive anything. Just imagine that. Imagine every one of us that look like me, Fred, look like you. It doesn't matter. We
Right.
can turn. We already turned nothing to something.
Right.
I mean, I don't know what's the end game, or what's the conversation tonight going to be, or what's the solution is for it, or whatnot. But that, honestly, that's shit that we can't control.
Right.
We can't control the economy. Honestly, we can't. Can't go up to the Capitol downtown and say, "Hey, man, can y'all stop this shit?"
Right.
So, I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, no, I agree. And from the perspective in which you speak, I'm fine. You know what I mean? And I just want to create, I just want to end this year with a bang. You know what I mean? I want these tax write-offs. I want to be broke by December. I want no money in my bank account. And I want to go into the new year in a deficit. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the reality of this thing, man. So I can't pay double the interest rate. You know what I mean? Like that's just not good business. You know what I mean? And wait a year and then refi. I mean, you could do interest only, but I could do a 5-year arm, shit like that, all that shit. But I'm not gonna pay another 15,000 to refi, and then I'm cool. I'll just wait it out and make some small investments and keep on playing the stock market. And but yeah, I do get what you're saying from the mindset perspective, Mark J. Yeah, nothing will stop Hennessy. I get it.
What about taking your dollar outside the country? Yeah, I've heard of people flipping that, and the value of them. You know what I'm getting at. The value of the dollar is even higher. Yep.
I don't feel like going to Africa. I don't feel like going to Asia. I'm cool. I love America. I built this shit in America, and my sacrifices and Dre's sacrifices has afforded us great opportunities and a great lifestyle. And I'm not leaving. I'm moving to Wyoming at some point, or Idaho, or North Dakota, South Dakota, something like that. But
cheap.
Yeah, cheap. You got it. I'm telling you, in 2 years, y'all gonna see me in cowboy boots, man. I'm dead ass. Yeah, I'm like, I'm gonna buy 200 or 300 acres, man, and call it a day.
On the countryside with the road and the corn is cooking.
Facts, big facts, man, big facts. And guess what? I'm doing it with my accountability team. I'm not doing it by myself. Are we gonna take a trip before next summer too? We gonna drive. Maybe we'll go from Colorado, take the 2-hour drive to Wyoming, and then go from there and spend 3 or 4 days on the road. You know.
But disclaimer, people, to do that, you gotta have money though. What I just said about taking money to another country, you gotta have some money though. Honestly, you can't just show up with $10 and think you're gonna live like a king. You gotta have some money if you're gonna go to another country and flip it, the currency.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I would have loved to, but I have no desire to get on a plane. Like, to get on a plane 15 hours, I have no desire for that. Be honest with you, I'm literally in heaven right now. Like, my life is heaven. And like many of y'all, man, you've created your own paradise, man, and I've literally created my own paradise, man.
That's good, Fred. You motivating a lot of young melanin people.
I hope so.
Older people who probably feel like, man, it's too late, man. I'm in my 30s. Yeah. I'm in my 40s. I can't do this. It's too late for me. And they looking at you like, man, fuck this shit. Look at this nigga Fred, man. Fuck this. Yeah. Shit, I can still do it. I can still get to it.
Right. Nah, this would always be my primary residence because of taxes. You know, I mean, it's just so much. I mean, once you know the tax laws, LA will always be my home. You know, I mean, I don't. If I'm buying $100,000 home in Wyoming, shit. You know,
What about Vegas? I heard Vegas.
Nah, I don't want to be in the city. I want land.
Got you. Oh yeah.
I want to hunt deer. I want to kill something. Like I want to grow my own kale, strawberries, bananas, avocado.
That's it.
You talk about life without the dollar, right?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's my goal. So honestly, in 2 years, it'll be done.
Yeah, I think everybody needs to eventually look into doing small farming, like like a little farm. You don't gotta do no big ass farm, because that takes a lot of money. It takes a lot of paperwork, and it's a lot that goes into that. Honestly, you got to get a water source as well. It's just, you know, it's a lot to go, but you can start small for people. I would say honestly, that's where a lot of it should be doing in the next 5 years, trying to grow some fruits and vegetables by ourselves. I think, especially our people. I'm not talking about nobody else. I'm always directing my, you know, everything that I know towards my people, because I think that it will benefit us the most, because a lot of the shit that happens hurt us the most a lot of times. So I feel like, you know, a lot of us need to be looking into, you know, learn about how to grow fruits and vegetables. So.
Facts. What's up, Kyle? What it do, big homie?
What's going on, man?
Hey, we feeling good, man. I don't know how we got on this subject, but these nigga names, man. Yo, I was at dinner just now, and they got kids named Hennessy. Did you know that?
Excuse me? You said Hennessy?
Yes, someone named a daughter Hennessy. No, I'm not done. See, he didn't know either. Oh man. Oh, that's dope, Mark. Congratulations, man. 7,000. Hey, it's a beautiful life, man. It's a beautiful life.
Hennessy.
Hennessy. I'm not done. Bruh. I'm not done. Remy, Tangeray, and
ain't nobody named Tangeray. Stop this shit.
I swear to God. I swear. I mean, I put this on anything you want me to put it on. I'm sitting at dinner. I'll bring Dre in here right now. And she can confirm this. And Dre looking at me like, why are you so shocked? The reason why Dre is not shocked, you know why Dre is not shocked? Because these type of names she take care of. So now I'm gonna be a little bit more intrusive now. See, now I'm real curious now. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, Henny, Tangeray, what name? LaDash, A. And there was another name, Candy, Tangeray, LaDasha, and Candy. I said, that's their names? Like, you call them their names? No, actual names, yo. Actual names. Real names.
No, I don't believe this shit.
Dre.
I don't believe this shit.
She ain't gonna be able to hear me, dog, because the house is so big. I'm not being funny, but she ain't gonna be able to hear me.
I ain't fucking with you, Fred. Not the Henny, bro. Come on, man.
And they said that she said, I swear before God strike me down. She says the girl came up to her and said, I don't go by Hennessy, I go by Henny.
Hey, what's up? Oh, he be left. I'm about to say, what's up, Kyle? I had to do some stuff. Well,
I know, yeah. I gotta call Dre.
Y'all talking about alcohol?
Is it connected? Yeah.
Okay.
No. Matter of fact, I ain't got to call. She ain't got to come down. I can call her on the phone.
You got to hear this shit.
Why?
Babe, you got to hear this shit. You got to hear this shit. Fred,
I swear.
Fred.
No, wait. I'm gonna call Dre.
Fred,
Let me
say that shit again.
Wait, I'm calling Dre on the phone. I'm calling Dre.
Listen to this shit.
She probably left her phone downstairs. She probably left her phone by the door. Damn. She'll call me back. Hennessy, LaDasha, LA-A.
What?
Remy.
These are names.
These are names, first names of kids. And Candy.
What the
Hey, tell
fuck?
her what the nigga go by.
Oh, yeah. She says, don't call me Hennessy. Call me Henny. This is elementary.
You better know how to fight with that name.
Lord Jesus, oh my God.
Yeah, like where did we all these nigga bitches and these niggas, man? What are they doing with these kids, man?
Nigga bitches.
What are they doing with these kids, man? H Money, I got you, man. I got you. We gonna rock out, man. I'm sitting there. I wish y'all. I want Dre to describe how I looked. I swear, I want y'all to. I can't tell this story. Dre got it, man. Listen. She'll call back, and oh man, unfucking believable. And I was gonna do a video on the way home, but I had to relax because I would have cursed 10 million times, and I wouldn't have said nothing. All y'all would have heard was motherfuck that, mother. I was so angry. It's like a kid. I'm gonna tell y'all a million diamond cuts. Oh my gosh. So like I'm gonna tell y'all the reason why I Kurt Scobie was in my class was because if I hadn't put him in my class, he would have been a gangbanger. He would have been a gang Brandy Whiskey Jackson. Dog,
Y'all just making shit up now, bro.
Like
Cavassier and shit.
Brandy don't put whiskey on the application though. Hell no. Now you're gonna get LaDasha. I'm telling you, when Dre called, y'all gonna hear her call me back. When she calls me back, y'all gonna hear this shit. Oh yeah, y'all gonna hear this shit. And Dre is like, it's nothing to Dre. Oh, it's nothing. I'm like me and Dre sit at the dinner table crying over kids with cancer. There's nothing I can do. Oh, there's nothing I can do. We've done our best. All we can do is just give the kid morphine. And I'm sitting there like, there's nothing you can do. Do something. I don't even know the kid. I'm like, save this kid's life. Do something. And then there's the other side. When she got a team of doctors, because Dre is the head of her shift, and they save kids' lives, you know. So Dre sees heaven and hell. Dre literally sees heaven and hell in real time every day. You know what I mean? So it's just welcome to the show, Mike. Man, what's up, Michael Fuller?
What's going on? How you doing, man?
Oh man, I'm good, man. I'm good.
Making plenty paper.
Yeah, man. I guess so, man.
Hey, Fred.
Who's that?
We gotta jump in real quick though.
Hey, you don't have an interview?
That Jake Paul, Hakeem Rahman shit.
You don't have a hold on. You don't have a intercom system in your house, Fred?
I need one. Hey, Lincoln's my intercom. Hey, Lincoln, where mommy at? Hey, what was those kids? Come here, Lincoln. Lincoln may remember. What was those kids' names when we were at dinner that shocked me? Come here. You remember? You remember the names at dinner? Do you remember the names, Kennedy? When we was at dinner, when we were talking, and Daddy couldn't believe the names. Do you remember? Okay, tell mommy to call me on the phone. All right, get out. Get out,
you don't have an intercom system in your house?
We got walkie-talkies. I'll keep it a buck with you.
You gotta get your intercom system, man.
Yeah, I know. I gotta
anything over 6,000 square feet. Your intercom systems work well.
I'm gonna get one for sure. I gotta get something.
Amsterdam.
Oh man.
Amsterdam.
Oh man. Close the door, Link. There's the walkie-talkies. Yeah.
Yeah, the intercom system. Go ahead. Go
Yeah,
ahead,
we
Kyle.
got walkie talkies.
Start destroying me now. What you got?
Walkie-talkies. Yeah, get out of
You
here.
can start destroying me now, man. What you got?
All right, now go ahead,
No,
man.
you already know what.
Huh?
No, let's get back to that at the end. Mike, now, he ain't going nowhere for a minute. He gonna hang out with us. He
Yeah.
ain't seen us in a
Yeah.
week. But go ahead, man. What's your thoughts on these names?
You're asking me?
Yes.
What's the names you're talking about?
Hennessy, Henny, Ladasha, Remy, and
okay, that's
Candy,
good enough.
Candy,
I heard enough.
Candy.
I heard enough. Well, I mean, the system works. That's what I would say. The system successfully works. I mean,
System.
The system works. I mean, whenever you have a group of people who are willing to name their children those type of names,
Mm-hmm.
The system works. I mean, if you ever wanted to dehumanize, if you ever wanted to dehumanize a people, and you get them to name their children now those type of names, then you've been pretty much successful. It's game over. You won. That's basically it. I don't like using it. I don't like the. I heard you say something about. I don't like using the word unless I'm very, very upset.
Uh-huh.
But I mean, the bottom line is that we are a mentally, spiritually destroyed people. That's basically it. The war that's been waged on us for centuries has been greatly successful. Basically, we're being destroyed. We're pretty much a destroyed people.
So you're not gonna blame? There's no accountability.
I mean, how you gonna hold someone accountable if they're that ignorant, man? If they're that ignorant, I mean, there's nothing to hold accountable.
Come
Where's the
on,
humanity?
man. See, Mike,
Where
you
is it?
always making excuses for niggas, man.
Where is it?
No, I agree.
No,
wait.
hell no. You can't make excuses
how you
for
gonna
that
hold them
shit,
accountable?
man. No, hell no.
How are you?
Shit, bro, they sat up there and named their kids after alcoholic beverage, bro.
Exactly.
They've been assimilated.
And if you go up and try to tell them any different, if you try to hold them accountable, you're gonna get cussed out too. You're gonna get cussed out too. And here's the thing: the reason why you're gonna get cussed out is because really and truly, it is a sad state that they live in, mentally, spiritually. They're gone, man. They're gone. I mean, here's the thing.
These aren't even real people.
I look at it like this. Let me say this real quick. I look at it like this: the way that this society treats and have treated Black and brown people, specifically African Americans, but not only us, Native Americans, since we arrived here up to this very day. All the different types of things that have been obstacles that have put in our ways to degrade us, dehumanize us. We get to the point where we dehumanize our own children by naming them those sort of things. That's a casualty of war, man. They are mentally dead. That's it. Mentally and spiritually dead. And that's the reality of it. Just pray to God there's some of us left that have better sense than that. But what are you gonna say to them? If you walk up to them and say something to them about how wrong that is, they don't see anything wrong with it, obviously. So they'll just cuss you out just like any other person. But here's the thing. I still don't like referring to them as people who do things like that, because I know it's a state of mind that's been created by an environment that our people live in, and that's it.
Facts. Say it again. State of mind created by the environment, society, all that shit. Everyone's circumstances is different. One person named their kid a very special name. You got what you said. People naming their kids after alcoholic beverages or maybe a soda bottle or some shit.
Listen, bitch, you out of fucking pocket. That's what I say. Fuck all that systematic bullshit. Nah, fuck that. Hell,
Yeah, if you say that
see,
though,
no, we can't blame the white man for these fucked up names, man. Dog, come on, man. Listen.
I would say that. I would say that if you came to them with that type of mentality, and you called her a bitch, whatever. Excuse my language. But
man, that's a
call her
trifling bitch. To name
but
your
if you
kid,
okay, well, see, you got to realize
what she call it? What you call it, nigga? Ladasha?
I swear, I want y'all to hear Dre tell this story, man. Yes.
Hey, let me ask you something. I got to ask you something, though, Fred.
Oh, okay.
Who is Dre? Your wife?
Yes.
Okay. She's Asian.
Yes.
And you refer to black women as nigga bitches in front of her?
No, I would never do that. But
okay.
I'm
just these are nigga bitches though.
But listen, but let me tell you this. I wouldn't hold my tongue if it came up. It's just a different tenor when I'm with Dre. It's not like I'm talking to 6 black people. You get what I'm saying? Right. So it's a different tenor. But I wouldn't have a problem. No, I wouldn't have a problem if the kids aren't around. No, I wouldn't have a problem doing it.
You would say that about black women in front of your kids?
No, I said if my kids aren't around, I wouldn't do it.
Okay.
But I want Dion, and feel free to disagree with
me. Nothing, bro. I'm not trying to check you. I'm just trying to.
No, I don't mind. This is your platform too. I don't listen. I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable in my own skin. But I'm gonna let Dion get off. Then we'll let Deacon get off.
What we on?
Ignorant nigga bitches naming their kids out of pocket fucking names. Now listen, the Ladasha name ain't that bad. Right? She's probably trying to be creative. But that Hennessy and that Tanqueray shit, man, is out of fucking pocket, man.
All day.
Now listen, I don't when you get the
set up to fail.
When you get the Lenays and Dijonnays and all the type you try to get creative with the name, all right, I get that. But straight up Hennessy though, cuz?
In this era, names is set up to fail.
And I thought,
you know what I'm saying? Because
it was a bad name.
Just think about it, bro. Just think about it. Just think about it. Just think about it. We go flip the switch though. Just think about it. If you got a whole bunch of names of niggas to pick, I mean, and not even niggas, but you gotta pick different names like Brad, Timothy, and all that stuff. By picking them names, you don't know who can ball, who can't ball. Because you used to names like Allen and Kobe, Michael, and all that, LeBron. But you ain't, I'm talking about, just think about it. If you had a black list and you don't know these players, then you had to look at these players and their names on a piece of paper, how would you pick your team?
You're right. I agree.
You gotta look at it, bro. Your name means everything, man. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it can be plus and sometimes it can be minus. It all matters the situation.
I agree.
What I would just say is that, a fundamental, and you guys
don't come with no damn excuses for these names. Damn
he gonna, Mr. Cole gonna come with the excuses. Yeah, it's the white man's fault.
No. What I'm gonna say is that we are prisoners of war. That's
God what I'm gonna damn say. It. See,
how about if we create our own prison?
Oh, no. Mike.
I'm not a prisoner. I'm not a prisoner of war.
That's what you think.
No, all right. What you mean? Like, what are you talking about? Hold on, Mike. How the hell you gonna say that I'm not? You saying I'm a prisoner of war, but I already been on that side. I'm on this side now, to where I'm talking to you.
So let me ask you, what's your demographic?
What's my demographic? I'm black.
It ain't Hennessy. It ain't
and the best thing about it is I'm always going to get stereotyped as a felon. And I can accept that.
Okay. So you've been You've been incarcerated.
He a jailbird. But no, hey, listen.
No, that's not funny, man. That's not funny because that system is set up as
that's our joke. That's me. That's our joke.
Well, I mean, the bottom line is black people are in definitely incarcerated at higher rates for more time.
Man, you making excuses for these names, man.
It's plain and simple. I mean, that's a fact. That's not an excuse.
Dude, I grew up in the same place. Dog, I grew up in the same place, and I got Kylie, Kaylani, Kiera, and Junior.
No, that's not my point. I'm saying that this brother was incarcerated. I'm saying that our people are incarcerated at much higher rates, more frequently for longer.
No, Mike. I was just trying to tell you, prove the point that I'm not no prisoner of that.
I understand you don't think
I didn't flipped it. You know what I'm saying? I'm an asset to my community. I live in a white neighborhood. I come outside and I do my white neighborhood shit and clean my fucking area of my house. You know what I'm saying? And I take pride in that. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, they would never in their life, if I didn't know the people that I know and open myself up to build relationships that I need to build, I would never in my life get this motherfucking house off of my name being Dion on that fucking application.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
No, not really.
How you don't? How don't you?
Hey,
how don't I? It would take too long for me to explain it to you, bro.
I'm just saying though. Just put it like this. It's equal math. Right here on this screen, right here. My name is Dion and your name is Michael. Who the fuck go get the job first?
Okay, I can explain some things to you, man. I can explain some things to you, but it would take too long. I would just say
that's basic math.
No, it's not basic math, bro. Here's the deal. Whether your name's Dion and mine is Michael, yeah, of course they're gonna throw your shit in the trash before you even show up. Hold on. I'll show up to the interview. 3, 4, 5, 6 times qualified as my white counterpart. And they'll throw mine in the trash when I walk out the door. You understand?
But I'm just saying it goes back to the topic of the whole conversation is about your name.
Okay. And what I'm trying to say is that the mindset that we're in now, just think about this for a minute. Let's just be human beings here for a minute. And let's just say let's just give everyone.
I don't want to be a human being.
Hold on a minute. Let me finish, man. Let me finish.
I know, but if you being human beings, you're not getting a job saying your name is Hennessy. I'm
Hold
sorry.
on a minute. Let me say something real quick. Okay,
Go
so just say you give everyone that's born on the planet the status as a human being, right? So they're gonna have all the basic qualities mentally, spiritually, physically that a human being should have. Now, one human being gets to a point somehow as they mature to adulthood where they think it's okay to name their child things like that, Hennessy, Mercedes, whatever. Off of these, I don't know, Cavassier, whatever names they want to give them, right? You got to understand that for a human being to get to that point where they're willing to name their child in that degraded fashion, something has happened, right? And what I'm trying to tell you is that you cannot take away the fact that we are in an environment that has always considered us property, and just we've never been given a human status in this country ever. If you look in the Constitution when it was first written, we were written in as 3/5 of a human being.
But you arguing the fact that something like if you was to have another baby, you're not going to name your baby Hennessy.
What I'm telling you is that is trauma, brother. That's trauma.
It's not trauma.
Been through the
when you get to a point,
bro,
it's not trauma.
Something has happened to that individual where they think it's okay to name their children that way.
But guess what? It's not trauma. It's a choice.
Thank you, Dion. And let me tell you, it's different between. Listen, let me tell you this too. before we get off the subject. It's a difference between having a black name and having a nigga name. There's two totally different things. Like Dion, we know that's a black name, but that's not like an ignorant nigga name. You got Jalen. That's not like no ignorant nigga shit. But when you come with fucking Cavassier and Hennessy and fucking Tanqueray and a Shinkashay, shit like that, just like, you know what I'm saying? Like I got my sister-in-law, her name is Marcia. That's a black name, but it ain't like overly fucking ghetto and fucking dumb. I ain't gonna say ghetto, I'm gonna say overly fucking dumb. You know what I'm saying? Those are dumb fucking names. And you making excuses for these people because
I understand.
some slavery. Listen,
Deacon, what you got to say on this?
You know what's gonna be? What I'm gonna be glad? I'm gonna be glad when the next election comes, and Trump gets back in office, and he starts mobilizing these white supremacist groups on you guys again, because then you're gonna understand what the hell I'm talking about.
I hope he
Hold
do.
on a minute.
I hope he do.
Oh, I can't wait. I
hope
wait.
he do.
Especially for individuals like,
Hold up. Where did it get you guys from? This is the barbershop, homie.
No,
we all together. We all together. We one unit.
Oh shit! All you guys that talk about
how the fuck did it go to you guys, man? This is the barbershop. We one unit.
Hey, Dion, let him get off. Let him get off. You can respond as long as you
guys that talk about how unimportant history is, how it doesn't mean anything about the groundwork and the foundations of this country and what's going on right now. All you guys that talk about that, first of all, you just don't know what you just don't know. But you're gonna find out. You're gonna find out, because when this next administration get in and he starts mobilizing these white supremacist groups, they're gonna start killing you, brother. You live in a white neighborhood, you better be armed. That's what
man, listen to me. Listen to me.
You better be armed.
Listen to me.
Be armed, living on one.
Be ready to protect your family.
Listen to me. What I'm saying to you, I'm gonna say this to you on some real shit, on some niggas that already experienced everything. So I ain't gotta speak for nothing. But at the end of the day, ain't nobody gonna do shit to me or do shit towards my family. And at the end of the day, I motherfucking make the choice of what the fuck I want to do. And I'm going to do the right fucking thing. If anybody brings some wrong shit to my motherfucking door, I'm going to address that shit. Flat the fuck out. But at the end of the day, ain't no you and wishing no bad luck on my motherfucking people, period.
I'm not wishing bad luck on anybody, but what I'm telling you is that's
you just said you people is going to see.
Y'all go all you guys that think that this place is not, that there's not being a war waged on black people in this country, and there hasn't been. All you dudes that talk all that trash about, oh no, it's not like that. You guys, it's going to be in your face.
I already seen it in my face. I already seen it in my face firsthand, baby. You know what I'm saying? That's all I seen firsthand is the disrespect. When you incarcerated, it's just disrespect.
So what are you talking about then?
So all I'm saying is I didn't experience that side, so I already accepted it. It is what it is, but I guess what? I get a choice to walk away from that and choose to live my life the way I want to because I have a choice.
Man, can we go back to talking about these fucking dumbass names?
We got to bring Deacon. Deacon's been waiting patiently, which is very rare. So we respect him enough to let him get off.
What's good, my brothers?
Hey, I'll bring you in next. So
what's up, Deacon?
Hey, blessings, man. I like, y'all know I like to hear my brother Mike go in, so I had to just lean back and just listen to him. He be bringing it. But there's another study that they just dropped about a week ago that it blew my mind because I didn't know it. As it pertains to incarcerations dealing with black women. I didn't know that they had coloring in the ways that they sentence black women. The darker you are, the more time they give you. And the lighter the sentence. So there's a divide even in that to separate and to pit one against another because of the colorism in that. Did y'all hear about that?
No.
Yeah, that just came out like a week ago. I've seen it. And as it pertains to these names, I speak from a different reality as it pertains to that. Okay, my wife, aunt, who is an older lady in her late 60s, named my baby daughter because I wasn't at the hospital. I was held up at a convenience store. Two Chico cats that knew of me, but they was in the hood one day and there was a big fight, and one of my cousins bust one of them in the head with a brick or something. They got into it, and the cat that got his head bust, he was with his cousin. Cousin looked like he was about damn near 300 pounds. And he like, that's that nigga right there. That's that nigga right there. I said, hold on, bro. What you talking about, partner? You better check yourself. What's wrong with you, man? No, you the one. I said, hold on, bro. I heard about what went on, but don't bring that shit to me, man. So what I did was tighten up on that cord I had in my hand. And I guess he kind of changed his mind. But while all that was going on, my wife was giving birth to my baby girl. And, it pissed me off. I missed that. But anyway, her aunt named my baby before I even got to the hospital. Pissed me off. But here nor there, it does not and did not define who my daughter is. And she named my daughter Tequila. Okay. And she's very beautiful and bright, smart. She's doing very well. She don't have no kids. She's daddy's little girl, but she's adult now. But I'm just saying, that name did not put her in a cage in a box. And I'm gonna tell you something. And I'm saying this sincerely. White folk seems to gravitate towards her. She it's like she attracts them in some type of way. That she gets. They just, I can't explain it. You have to see it. They just love her. You know what I'm saying? And I like that, but I don't trust that. But I like it, but I don't trust it. Because I'm overprotective when it comes to my kids. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And she's doing very well. I call and check on her all the time. We joke, we laugh. And I just like to hear her voice, like to know that she's doing well. And that name, although in the beginning I was concerned about it. Mm-hmm. I was very concerned about it because I grew up being told if you're named a certain name, sometimes you live up to the name that you're named. So that worried me and made me even more tight. You know what I'm saying? So my kids was raised with mother and father. So they had some great things instilled in them. So regardless of the name, if the structure, the foundation is right at home, when they leave home, all is well. You know what I mean? And what I mean by that, the things that's instilled in them will give them proper direction. And they will respect themselves and respect others. Right. And I'm telling you, no matter what job she ever went to, folks just loved her. Loved her attitude. Her attitude is awesome. And I never give myself credit. I give God the credit because, like I said before, me and my wife was young. We didn't know what we was doing. We learned on the job. Having babies and raising them don't come with a blueprint. Right. That's what we had to learn. It doesn't come with instructions. We had to figure out a lot of things. Because my mother and father had passed away, and my wife was with me. We've been together for 30 years, So we had to learn a lot of things on the job. But I thank God we did a great job. All of our kids graduated, been to college. One graduated college and one is still, my baby boy, he's still attending school, but none of my kids ever been incarcerated, never been locked up, don't smoke, don't drink. You'll never catch them with their pants hanging off their ass. I mean, when you see them, yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, all of them. And I don't have to be in their presence for them to do that. And I just give God the praise for all of that. Right. See, because when people think about me, that think they know me, right? They don't believe that this can't be this man's kids. They too mannerable. They all this, right? because people have, and some things I put on myself and I can wear that because I've never went in them streets and tried to act like some tough guy. Never, ever. But if anything ever came to me, I always answered the bell. And no one can dictate to me how I answer that bell.
Right.
You know what I mean? So those things I have to wear, but I protected my kids from that. I protected them from that. So I don't want anybody who listens to this show tonight, women or male, to be discouraged about names. If you are a good servant, first of all, to God, and be a good father, a good mother, a good husband, a good wife, a good friend, a good provider, teacher, and guide, then regardless of the name, you can produce awesome product. You would not be defined by your name. You would not be shackled by your name. It is what you do as the leader, teacher, and guide of your home. That is the difference. And when you see these names attached to chaos, what was the foundation? What was the foundation at home that produced such chaos and sent it out amongst the people? That matters.
Right.
I don't mean to be too long-winded, brother, but I had to get in and just drop a piece.
All right, appreciate it.
Deacon, man.
I do want to respond to Deacon. I do want to respond. So stay
shout
on.
out to Deacon. Shout out to Deacon for that.
All right, go ahead, Zoe.
What's going on? I wanted to respond to the guy. He was talking about, the names or the dumb names, stupid names, or whatever the case may be.
Right.
Like I said, I really, again, I'm coming from the 90s. In the 90s, if you had like a black name, it was more, because I'm from Detroit, majority black city, or whatever the case may be. So if you had a black name in the 90s, it was more thought that, about the job application. Like I said, if a white employer was to look on the black job or look at your job application, that they would see your quote unquote black name, and you wouldn't be able to get to get hired or whatever the case may be. Now, when the hood culture or the ghetto culture, when that grew in popularity and that kind of took over, or was the representation or the face of Black American culture in general, the name thing, that's what that got shifted over to, like you said, the tequilas and the Marquishas and the Davions and the Querions and this type of thing. But like I said, I really don't believe in the so-called ghetto name, whatever the case may be. I just believe that it's a certain social, economic, and behavior that's attached to those names now, due to, the last 25 years. Because if, like I said, for instance, if you was to look at Indian, if you just go and Google Indian woman name, a lot of their names is that LaQuisha, Taquala, Demesia, Malicia. But again, they have an identity in a culture that's, has it's a free people, cultivated free people culture. And if you look at the Marquavius, all that type of stuff, I just happened to see this on the humbug. I was looking at the Olympics and I seen the Greek volleyball team or whatever, Greek water polo team or whoever they was, and their names was Montavious and Cordavius and all that type of stuff. Like, oh, them Greek people names. So it's like, I think that with those names, it's not necessarily think of a stupid name or a bad name or this type of name. It's just the culture and the behavior and the condition that's attached to those names, the culture that's attached. Because if those names was attached with a productive, moral, upright culture of people, then it would be no problem with them. Like what's her name? Condoleezza Rice. Her name is Condoleezza, but she speaks 8 languages. I believe Condoleezza Rice is a Rhodes Scholar. She's a very astute, accomplished woman. So, them names, like I said, they shouldn't be quite classified as stupid names, because them is names right. Them are names of people that are attached to free people, upright culture, respectable cultures. It's just when it come to us that them names have been attached to hood, ghetto, thuggery, and all type of depravity and ignorance. So that's all I wanted to say.
See, but you didn't hear me.
Wait, Kyle, we're gonna go around. I want
Hell
Mr.
yeah.
I want everyone will get a chance to talk. Not a problem. I just want everyone to get off.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Me? I can go?
Seymour.
Oh, Seymour.
Hey, what's going on?
What's up?
Nothing much, man. I was just gonna say that the name Hennessy is Irish, and it means one strength and energy. That's what it means. And the thing is about us, anything that we attach to us as so-called black people, we demonize. Now, if it was a white child named Hennessy, oh man, that's a fantastic name. It means strength and energy. And see, but that's the mindset of the Negro. Anything that has to do with us is demonized first. Twerking was bad until white folks started doing it. Slapfist was bad until white folks started doing it. And that's the problem that we have. We love to demonize ourselves and then think that the world look at us like that. No, we look at ourselves like that. And we don't have anybody to blame for our problems but us. That's it. Just listening to, the young brother, the boxing selection, brother, all you had to do was look up the name first. You start,
Man, you know good goddamn well that lady did not.
No, let him get off. Let him get off. Let him get off. Let him get off. Go ahead.
I mean, because it's foreign to you and it doesn't sound right to you, doesn't make it bad. Just because you don't like it doesn't make it bad. And that's that's another problem we have. We're so ignorant when we don't know nothing. It's bad just because we don't know it. You see what I'm saying? And that's not the way to live.
Kyle, let him get off. Kyle, let him get off, please. Let him get off. Let him get off.
No, I'm done, man. I just wanted to put that little 2 cents in, and that's what it means. Look stuff up first before you demonize.
Great response, brother. Great response.
All you, Kyle.
All right. What? Number one. Oh, he left. Oh man.
Oh, go ahead, please. Go ahead. It's all you, man.
That's bullshit, though.
Man, why he leave?
Because listen, you know good and goddamn well that lady did not Google the name and say, "Oh, it means strength." Get the fuck out of here, man. That's number one, numero fucking uno. She seen a brown bottle and said, "Okay,
got a point.
It is."
Got a
Get
point.
The fuck out of here with that Google shit. What about Tangeray? You didn't Google that shit. Fuck out of here, man.
Kyle got a point.
And Zoe,
got
what
a point.
I said, I already
No,
said,
you don't.
hold on. And Zoe, I already said I didn't. What was the other name? I said I wasn't tripping off of because it was creative. You know what I said, Fred? What's the other one? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I had my problem was with the alcoholic beverage names. That was my problem. You know what I'm saying? Because black people get creative. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't trip off that one name, but it's the Hennessy and the Tangeray. You understand what I'm saying, bro? Come on.
I agree with that. I didn't have a problem with all the other names either. It's naming your kid after
that motherfucker come in here and talk about strength and wisdom. I mean? Get the fuck out of here.
Well, here it is. For one, to Kyle, what he just said, that the lady didn't do this, for one, brother, you can't mind read. You don't know what she was thinking. To say that emphatic, like you knew what she was thinking, so to speak, is wrong. You don't know what she was thinking when she could have looked it up. You don't know that. You wasn't present.
Who on this panel knew that?
I'm saying to you right now.
No.
It doesn't matter what you said about the lady who named her daughter Hennessy that she didn't do this, and brother, that will require you to mind read, which you cannot do.
My man, who on this panel? Can we give
It doesn't matter. You spoke to the mindset of that woman.
Hold on. Most of the people on this panel have seen Hennessy, held Hennessy, drunk Hennessy.
And what?
How many of us knew that that's what Hennessy meant?
How we know that she didn't know? How we know that she didn't look it up? For you to say that, you would have to mind read. You would have to have proof direct to her mind.
Hey, the only thing I'd add to that, and I'm with my brother Deacon 99% of the time, but I will say, if she was intelligent enough or thoughtful enough to look up what that word meant, she probably been intelligent enough or thoughtful enough to know that would put her daughter at a disadvantage by naming her that. In this
And I say to my good brother Mike that I agree with the same percentage wise. You understand me? I never hardly disagree, and I'm not disagreeing with you now, right? But I'm just saying, as it pertains to structure. Okay, let's use Fred for an example. He prides himself on the great upbringing of his children. He puts that on blast, on display, right? Therefore, that foundation gives his children a better shot at life rather than him clubbing with them, smoking with them, doing all type of that. When you're doing actual dumb stuff,
right, in
conjunction with your kids, some people have to party with their kids, smoke with their kids, have sex with their kids' friends. I've seen it all and heard it all. You know what I'm saying? 50-something-year-old woman got teenage, her son got teenage friends. She's sleeping with the goddamn friends. And you think that you're gonna produce somebody great out of that?
Right.
It's about what you listen. The foundation, that structure at home has to be correct.
Preach.
Because when you send them into the world, whatever's going on in that house comes into the streets. And then it's out of control once it hit them streets because it's going to elevate.
No matter what their name is.
No matter what their name is.
That sound like they named that person named their child Margarita.
But see, can I ask you? But I'm saying that still kind of gets back to the point of what the gentleman was saying. Though when you talk about Hennessy again, when you talk about Hennessy being attached to the so-called Negro of America, again, that's still attached to a so-called a certain social economic thing. You have white women, you have white people that's named Hennessy. They first names are Hennessy. You know what I'm saying? So I mean but again, it's just with us, it's going to be attached to a certain social economic thing. That's all he was saying. Like I mean, Hennessy
I still say that it's about what you're doing in your home.
That's right.
And if I'm not
ultimately,
and if I'm not properly raising my kids, I can't blame my damn neighbors. I can't blame Tom around the corner. It's on me. They're my responsibility. The way that they address one of you is how I brought them up. If they address you as F nigga, this and that, right? That's because they got it from home.
Yeah.
But if you see them and they're very respectful and mannerable, you know that they had good upbringing. Regardless of what their name is.
It's
not what's on you, it's what's in you and what comes out of you.
And that's 100% true.
Hey,
the only thing I would say is that the society that we live in, it doesn't give black people that benefit of the doubt, man. It's not going to give you. They're just here's the thing: when you go into corporate America, when you go into places that are going to give you opportunities that are comparable to white people's opportunities, the opportunities that they get, they're not looking for a reason to give you that opportunity. They're looking for a reason to deny it, to not deny you that opportunity. 9 times out of 10, that's what the environment is. When you're going in, they're looking for a reason to tell you no, so they can tell Jim Bob and Mary Lou yes. You understand? So, I mean, the thing is, what we have to do is when we're talking about names and everything that Deacon said, 100% true. I mean, it's how you raise your kids and the type of people they are. But at the end of the day, when we go into these environments that are dominated by white people that make these decisions, a lot of times they're not going to give you a fair shake. They're not. I mean, that plain and simple. And so if you got a name that seems derogatory, that may be good enough for them to say, hey, throw the application in the trash. Is it right? No, it's not right. But that's the reality of it. Bottom line is, if they're willing to do that, they're probably going to be willing to do it. Even if you come in there and you got, 5-10 times more qualifications than your counterparts, they'll find a reason to tell you no. I mean,
let me say this to you, Mike, real quick. I got, and I'm not proud of this, okay? I got one of the most jacked up criminal records probably you want to see, right? This been going on since I was a kid. But again, the way that me and my wife raised our kids, my son, every year he's being promoted to a higher and higher percent level. And he don't smoke and don't drink. None of that. And every weekend, his boss is always inviting him out to go drink and all that. He politely turned them down and tell them, hey, y'all know I don't drink. But they love him.
Mm-hmm.
They love him. He drives trains. He teaches people how to drive. He's on the top level.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
All because of the way we raised him.
Right.
Regardless of his name, regardless of who his father is, who have a bad criminal record. And all my crimes are violent crimes. All of them. All of my, and I don't say that lightly. And anytime the cops come to visit me, pull me over, anything, you can bet your ass it's gonna be 20 to 50 cops on the scene. Just when they call my name. And that's not a damn good feeling, bro. You think I wanted that for my kids? No. No. So I made sure that I put on my big boy pants and raised those kids that didn't actually come in this world when I was laying down for a good feeling. See, a lot of times we don't think about it when we want to turn up in that bedroom, that sometimes it brings about responsibility. And you better be prepared, whether you want it or not. You better get prepared. And a lot of people don't want the responsibility and walk off. I was never going to be that guy.
Right. Yeah. And I wanted to respond to you, Deacon, but
go ahead.
I was going, but Kyle was gone, so I'll let Seymour respond to him later.
No, I wanted to hear your response to me about whatever parts you wanted to respond. I was interested to hear that.
Oh, appreciate you. So when you said that you were in the store,
right? Mm-hmm.
And your daughter was giving birth. Now
my wife was giving birth to my.
I apologize. Your wife. Now I'm saying this respectfully.
Yeah.
Right? You were on some ignorant shit, right?
No, I wasn't. Somebody seen me in the store and recognized me.
Yeah.
One of my cousins busted him in the head, and he tried to inject me into that, which I had nothing to do with it, and I was ready to defend myself. You know, I was going through that, being held up while my wife was giving birth.
Now that the genesis of that is ignorance, correct?
Absolutely.
Now, see, that's what I was elaborating to. So when thank God that you had the fortitude to overcome that shit.
Right.
But the statistics, I believe the statistics. I could be wrong. I'm just going off of barbershop conversation statistics. I'm not in the hood in these schools as much as I once was, right? But I'm getting back in there this year. Now, because of that, your sister named your daughter.
My wife's aunt.
I apologize. Thank you. Your wife's aunt named the daughter because of what happened prior to you walking into that hospital room to kiss your daughter, correct? And
by the time I got there, she was already named.
Yeah. So that's what we're saying. How I don't know the history of your aunt. I don't even know where her history, what type of life she lived.
Middle class.
But the father isn't there. The father isn't there. He got caught up
right
with his past, and then the aunt comes in and names her Tequila. Now, with that being said, because you've been married for 30 years,
right,
and you've instilled whatever you desire to instill in her, it worked. But guess what? Imagine 7 out of 10 homes with no parent, and you name your child Hennessy. Yo, see, you were no, but you got to understand, Deacon. Just like I am a 1 in a million, a 1 in a zillion, so are you. Because look, you've been with your wife 30 years. Only God knows what you put her through. Only God knows what I put Dre through. You get what I'm saying? And for us to get us on the other side, and you guys have seen my ascension, this is a 1 in a billion example I'm giving y'all. I'm an outlier. And guess what, Deacon? So are you.
Yep. I agree
with
that.
Who the fuck are you? I'm not. It happens that way. In the middle, in the margins, you name your daughter Tequila and she ain't got no daddy. I'm a school teacher. I swear to God, on God's green earth, if I had a kid named Tequila, or a Hennessy in my class, I'm walking her to the principal out of respect. I'm calling in the mom, I'm calling in the dad. And I said, I got 21 other kids in my class. I can't call her this every day. I can't call her this every day. And I'm doing this out of wanting to help. I'm not doing this like I'm a racist. I'm doing this like I'm
actually respect to what you're saying. That would be absolutely disrespectful. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to respect whatever their mindset was, because I know some beautiful, and I mean from mother to child, from father to child, beautiful single parents who've done immaculate jobs. You would have thought that it was two parents raising the child, right? But I'm not going to admonish parents or a child, because that child psychologically now have been singled out, and now you have torn this child down to the lowest common denominator, where this child now cannot learn because he or she is now highly concentrated on something that it never thought about, its name. Now you've brought it to the child and the parents' attention. Now you have demoralized these people. Now the child has got to deal with kids clowning him or her. They can't think, and this can cause mental health. You would destroy that child. You don't know what it would do to the mental health of the parents if you've done something like this. So, brother, I would say to you, if you see situations like this, you pray. You don't display that type of behavior, because that in and of itself is self-destructing behavior. That's worse than the name that you're pointing out.
I would respectfully disagree, because
ain't nothing wrong with that. Go ahead.
My job is to take care of 22 kids in the classroom. My job isn't just your child. And if I'm saying Henny, I taught gangbangers, Crips, essays, the Ward 8 essays, and whatever other the Ward 13s and whatever, they were all in my class. I never called them by their gang name.
And I know you smart enough to know this, Fred, not to cut you off.
Yeah.
More than likely, just like my daughter, they have middle names. That is not the sole one and only name, that and the last name. There's a middle name, most likely.
Yeah. I
so you don't have to use the first name. You can use the middle name. Yeah. You can use the last name.
But that
if that's bothering you, it's ways around that feeling that you have internally.
Yeah, it's not that. It's just, man, when you got 22 black and brown kids in the classroom,
you can't get hung up on that first name, Fred.
No, I'm not hung up on the first name. I'm being candidly honest. I don't call a motherfucker little Crip, big blood. I don't.
Come on, man.
And when you're grooming these kids, you may think I'm crazy, you may think I'm wrong, but it's like having a gay teacher. My son ain't man. Listen. I'm not gonna say never. I don't know, but
what you gonna say? Your son won't be taught by a gay teacher?
Not for 180 days. Not right now. Not
come on, man. Cut it out, man.
Not my mindset right now.
Listen, I know some. I know a lot of. Listen.
Let me finish.
I know a lot of decent.
Can I finish?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
It's just how I feel right now.
Right.
If they want to do like whatever extra, that's cool. But to sit in front of for 180 days and I haven't taught my Lincoln about sexuality yet, nah. I just like I would never ever allow my kid to be taught sex ed in a public school, because guess what? He might be taught by a nigga that's fucking in them streets drinking fucking every girl possible, or you might have a Christian. You don't know who's teaching your child sex ed, and guess what? It's gonna curve their behavior so drastically. Just like when you're walking down the street and those gangbangers curb your behavior. You gonna join them, or you gonna create some type of defense mechanism that protects you from them. I don't know which other way you're going. And
where you live at, Fred? LA?
Yes, LA.
Here in Florida, that class is not a mandatory. You can opt your kid out of that class if you want to.
No, I understand.
It's on the parent.
Right?
But I'm gonna ask you a question. I'm gonna ask you a question respectfully, and I don't mean this as
no. I don't care. I don't care. Go ahead.
Are you a gay man?
No, not a gay.
Okay. Now be truthful. Let's like most of us. We've all, even you, been raised up around people who are gay. Did that make us gay?
No. It's no. It no.
Did it even make you think about being gay?
Never in my life have I thought about being gay.
Okay, your kid will be fine. Listen,
your
kid going to school for education, bro.
Hell no.
It's about what you doing at home, Fred.
I wouldn't take the blood. I know you're going. I know you're going.
Man, this is crazy.
Yeah.
It's about how you raising your kids for real, bro.
I'm doing the best I can, I believe. But I know that kid sits in that classroom for 8 hours a day.
Let me tell you something that you probably know already. And this is what real men do when they're raising boys. You keep your eye on your boys. You stay tight on them. And even if your son, all of a sudden, because every one of us had to learn even how we gonna develop our particular walk that's agreeable to our mindset and the way we are. You know, I went with all the leaning and the dapping and all that. I just wanted to have a regular walk. Now, if you see your kid walking a little strange, what's your job, Fred?
Strange meaning what? Like he's switching?
Any kind of way that's not agreeing with your mindset as a young boy should be walking. I don't know what it is for you if you see your boys not walking right.
I haven't had it yet.
Okay, I'm gonna let you know. If you see him walking a little strange, pull him to the side. Don't hurt it. Don't beat him down mentally, but let him know, hey man, correct that walk. That ain't the way a young boy is supposed to walk. And if you see it again, pull him over and check him again until he get his walk right. That's what your job as a man is, to do man-ish in his life and let him know what a young boy is supposed to do as he's growing into one. It's not just about putting food on the table and taking him to shows. No, you got to even watch the way he walk, watch the way he talk. You got to be on that.
Right.
As a man.
Kyle, go ahead.
But Deacon, aren't you the same guy that came on this same platform, this very platform, sat up there and said you wouldn't even let a gay dude give you blood to save your life? You remember that?
Listen, bro. Listen, I'm gonna say this again. You asked me about blood. You talking about my life?
This is kid's life.
No. You talking about putting blood? And right now they talking about, and I know I gave the correct answer. 2 men laying down with each other can give you the damn monkeypox. I don't know goddamn
heterosexual by the shit. Them down low brothers gonna give it to them girls, man. That's gonna be
good thing. Well, good thing I'm with one woman, and I ain't got to worry about that. I don't give a damn how bad she is.
Right.
Can't get no better than my wife. To me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My wife could have been 400 pounds. She mine.
I learned that a long time ago.
You know.
You like it, I love it.
There it is. You know what I mean? So I'm good, bro. And you know, I wish for real. And you hit on something, man, earlier. And that's why I know you got a good sense. There's no telling what we done put these women through, but yet they stuck in there with us anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That woman ain't never took a dump on me, man, in 30 years. But I gave her all the hell she wanted.
Mm-hmm.
She could have been stepped up. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I'm talking about she come from a well-to-do family. And after my mother passed, I lived in my mother's house because I was used to mom taking care of me. I didn't know, you know, I would hustle, do my little thing. I was good. I had mom. I didn't have a care in the world. I didn't know nothing about paying bills, none of this stuff. I lived in that home for damn near 2 years with no lights.
Mm-hmm.
Eating off the grapefruit tree. She right there with me. My partner's coming by with nice brohams. I'm talking about, look, passion and flashing. You feel me? Mm-hmm. She never walked away. I still was everything to this woman. Every time I think about it, blow my mind, bro. How she stuck with me until I got it right. Then I had her jumping in and out of anything she want. Every week there was a different car she can jump out of. H2, H3, Jag, Lincoln, whatever. Everything paid for. Nice crib, everything. Kids, my kids never know suffering, bruh. They never had the lights turned off. They never went hungry. Because everything that I gave them, my pop refused to give it to my mother and his children. I said, I'll never be that guy. I'm going to be a father to my children, a husband to my wife. And we live by life lessons. Experience is the best teacher. When you go through something and you learn from that, man, bruh, you graduating on the highest level. But if you constantly repeating mistakes, we call you crash dummy, man. Because you don't, I know cats damn near 60 years old still on the corner, still thinking it's cool to slang and bang. Because that seems to be in their mind for real. That's all they really know. And I ain't mad at them for it. It's just not my life. And I don't go and point, I dap them up, show them love, because I don't look down on nobody, bruh. I don't look down on nobody because I ain't better than nobody, bruh. I ain't better than nobody. And I don't feel nobody's better than me. You feel me? And the word teaches, bruh, that anybody that thinks he's better than the next person, that's a wrong spirit. Get out from around that. Anybody that's thinking they're better than you, move. Let them have that space. Because they'll crash out sooner or later. You feel me? That's why I profess with my mouth I ain't better than nobody. I know the difference. Because just like we go up, God will cut the legs right out from under you. Right. So I know that. And I thank God I never had a jealous spirit in me. I thank God for that all the time. I'm motivated by people. I don't get jealous of people. I'm motivated by people. Your success is my health. That's better than a vaccine. If I see my brothers doing well, that's like a vaccine, bro. The real one that injects life in me and proper thought. If I didn't have it, I could look at my brother who's winning. Man, I'm stealing all kind of game from you, bro. And I'm gonna put that in me and make sure I can make that produce life in my home, in my children, my wife. It's about producing life and quit producing failure and deceit and all these things that's not right and not of God, bro. I'm gonna be careful how I speak, but some people get off on tearing each other down. I don't rock in that space. And when I say that space, that means in me. I can't have that in me because it's like a boomerang. It'll come back around and tear me down. So I'm not on that. When I say I love my brothers and sisters, I mean that. Until someone give me a reason not to. Then I know how to step off, but still pray for you. You know what I mean? Because we don't no longer talk don't mean I don't pray for you. I don't love you. That means I got to love you from a distance. I might even miss your company. But guess what? You ain't going to know it. But I'm going to pray for you and bless you from afar. Because I'm not going to let you cut my blessings off, bro. Not moving with no hate in my heart, bro. Okay, I'm long-winded. Hey, love y'all. I'm just going to lean back and listen. What's up, Champion Heart?
Champion Heart, go ahead, champ. Go ahead, champ.
My brother, how you doing, man?
Yes, sir.
All right. My brother Mike Fuller in the house. I see Dion is in the house. Man, salute to you, brothers.
Yes, sir. Champion Heart.
Most definitely. I'm not familiar with my brother Zoe and Seymour. Salute to you, brothers.
Good folks.
And my boy Kyle. What's happening? Man, I was looking at the thumbnail, man. I don't think that's what we're talking about.
We ain't even. No, man. I was at dinner earlier, and the show changed because we were talking about naming kids.
Right. I think somebody had said, early in the on the panel, back in the 90s, 80s or whatever, that that's what it was thought that if you did name, your child that kind of name, you kind of killed their chances. I know I was, just kind of killed their chances at getting ahead in life because, you look at the name, if you're applying for a job and they see that, and that application would go in the trash. Um, that was believed in, but I understand Deacon's point about, being in a home and how the home is cultivated, regardless to what that child's name is. They're going to do, certain things, and I get that as well. But the real world, what I'm saying, will look at that name and hold that, against that individual, regardless to how they're being raised in the home. Let me skip ahead here and piggyback off of what you were saying about the gay teacher. I don't know, Deacon, if you're familiar or aware that there is a gay agenda that is going on, and they're trying to indoctrinate our children.
Yes.
They actually have men dressed as women going to children's schools, reading them storybooks, dressed as a woman. That's why do you think they're doing that?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You have to, I can remember when you could, you didn't have to worry about, certain movies and cartoons, for children. Now, they are so busy with trying to indoctrinate our children with this agenda that it's in cartoons. It's in movies, and that was never the case before. So, I get, what Fred is saying about he wouldn't let, a gay teacher teach his child. I understand where he's coming from because of that time, but because of the time that we live in. I get what you're saying, Deacon. When I was younger, there were gay individuals around us, but it's a different time now. It's just, what I'm saying, is the agendas are being pushed. It's just like we were going back and forth between Luther Vandross and this little other cat. What's his name?
Kevin Campbell.
No, Lil Nas X. Right now, he has an agenda. You never knew Luther was gay because there was no agenda.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Luther just put out good music. There was no gimmick. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't talking about, how much he performed fellatio and, lap dancing on men. He wasn't doing all that. You know what I'm saying? So now that's what I'm saying. This is a different time now, and the agenda is being pushed. You know what I'm saying? To indoctrinate our children is very, very apparent. I was to judge, Deacon, that you buy a documentary called Bug Breaking.
Oh, that's disgusting.
And it's happening, right before.
When you get through, I would like to respond to you.
Okay. But go ahead. I'll let you go ahead and respond right now.
Okay. Now, I agree with what you're saying. And again, here in Florida, you have an option to go to the school, see who is teaching that class or whatever. And it doesn't matter to me because my child would never go to that particular class. I know that sounds strange to Fred, what I'm saying, because I said what I said. What I'm saying is you have an option here in Florida, which I appreciate Ron DeSantis for doing. You can either let your kid go or you can opt the kid out of the class. But it's incumbent upon you as a parent, even if my kid was going to that class, what am I instilling in my kid before he gets to that class? What I instill in my child, shield him from what's in this world that was mentally get at him. Because when it comes to mother, and father, understand this. We are the biggest influencers in those children's life. That teacher, those kids on the corner, does not have a bigger influence than me and my wife. And I'm talking about facts, not something that I heard or made up. I'm talking about a job well done. And I don't particularly like bragging because I don't even like the word bragging because I'm not doing that. When I'm just explaining that it has been instilled to this day, to God be the glory, a job well done. When I look at my kids, man, I am very proud knowing where I've came from, knowing that my family history, where and my family, especially the males, since the early 90s, you know what they're saying has been? Champion Heart?
Yes.
And it's sad because they lived up to it and even almost took my life. They've been saying this since the early 90s. Anybody in the family can get it. I'm like, what? Oh, not you, Blessed. Nigga, if you mean it for the family, you mean it for me. No, I ain't talking about you. Every one of them that was said in my presence, I always say, but not you. And guess what? One of them ones that said it gave a cat a pistol and a bulletproof vest, which I mean a t-shirt rather, right? To kill me, shot me twice. Dude dead now, okay? He hit me, so I can say it now. I couldn't say it on the show. He's dead now. But he hit me twice. I hit him twice, but only one went in, and the vest caught the other stuff. And I really thought it was some voodoo crap, because I'm aiming right at you. But I know you're supposed to be out of here. Come to find out, he had a t-shirt on. He got the gun from a cousin and the other thing, right? So, bruh, I've done a great job. And I think about, what if my wife or my kid would have walked out of that front door when this shooting was going on? I think about a lot of things, bruh. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
That I'm grateful to God for. So I understand what you're saying, bruh, but I still believe wholeheartedly, if you're doing right by your children, I believe, by example, I believe that your children will be right. Okay. But if you don't do the right thing, if you're trying to live vicariously through your children, not allowing them to taste their own destiny, but giving them the proper instructions, then you not only get in their way of being a productive citizen, you're only producing chaos. And then you look and you're blaming everything but what you did in your home. My father did not do the right thing, but I thank God for my mother, who did do the right thing, who did stay the course till her dying day to instill greatness in her children. Although it still needed the father in the home, she did her best. But at the end of the day, all her boys has criminal records. All of them been to prison, but me, I've been in and out of jail, but never been to prison. But my brother is doing life plus 25 plus 25 right now. My other brother, he probably ran out of alphabets, but he came out a minister. He go from being a imam to a preacher. You know what I'm saying? So, but my sister's been a nurse for a long time, for going on 40 years. I could tell you the story about my other sister. That will blow your mind. But the faith in the listen, man, when it comes to the power of prayer, listen, I'll give it to you. And I'm gonna show you where I come from. You maybe understand where my mindset is. Back, you remember when HIV first came out? When it was like booming, like it was a booming conversation?
Yeah, you told us about your sister.
Right.
Yeah, you told us. I remember that.
Okay, maybe some of us didn't hear it. Oh, if you don't want me to say it, I won't say it.
No,
I'm talking about Fred. If you say you don't want me,
I'm fine. I just know that pretty. Go ahead.
Okay, right. So listen. My sister went to the doctor, and she came back home and told my mother that the doctor told her she had AIDS. My mother took her and prayed for her, and she prayed all day for her. And she said, "You go back to that doctor, and you tell the doctor that God said you don't have no AIDS." She went back to the doctor. They didn't find an ounce, not a drop of AIDS in her blood. You understand me? So her boyfriend had got this retirement package or whatever. It was like damn near $200,000. They went on a coke binge. She smoked and smoked and smoked and smoked. They smoked. And she went to having a seizure in the hallway. She was swallowing her tongue My mother ran and grabbed her, pulled her tongue out of her head, praying for her, told us to go get a spoon. She got the spoon and pressed it down on her tongue and put her hand on her head and just began to pray for her. And my mother, when she get high in the spirit, she go to speaking in tongues and all that. My sister's eyes began to come back out of her head because her eyes had to roll and you couldn't see nothing but the white part. You see nothing, the pupils, none of that was gone. It's all white. Anyway, went back to the doctor after that. A little while later, they found it back in her system. The coke had brought it back in her system. My mother prayed for her again. Go tell him again. My sister, now this happened in the 80s. My sister's been HIV, she don't have AIDS, none of that. And what we at, 2022? Healthy, beautiful kids, beautiful grandkids. This is the woman who raised me, teaching us and instilling God in us from day one. Although that the father was not there. It was a rough and rocky road. I did not like the fact that at one time, all of my mother's sons was locked up at the same time. She had to come visit us and write us letters and hire lawyers. You know, that was not a good, I didn't like that. I didn't like putting that on her. So I prayed my way out of that condition. I wanted to be better. And by the grace of God, I got better. The sad thing is, she didn't live to see it. She passed when I was 20 years old. She always tell us, I just pray to God to let me see all my children get grown. Because they used to tell us all the time. And they used to tell her, your kids would not live to see 21. That's what we came under. Didn't know if we was going to live to see 21.
Okay. I get what I think we got off of the subject of what
I just wanted to let you know where my mindset comes from. And I believe in being mother and father in the home and parenting your kids. And even if you're a single parent, if you're doing the right thing, you will produce awesome product. And you don't have to worry about what the name is. You don't have to worry about the stigmas. You don't have to worry about all these inks and anks and janks and paints and all these bad lucks. And I don't believe in bad luck. I believe in faith. Mm-hmm. I believe in having faith and trust in God. You can have your bad. They got a saying here. They got a saying here that says, black folks got all the superstition and white folks got all the money because Negroes are too scared to get it.
Right. So I get what you're saying. If you lay the foundation, if your child runs astray, if the foundation is laid, then they'll come back. I get that. The thing is that they have to face the real world. There are peer pressures.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, what you think I've been talking about, brother? I mean, I know. Listen, bro. I don't mean to cut you off. No, but let me just say this last thing.
No, D, let him respond, please.
You finna say the same shit, man. I just told him, bro. Go ahead.
Respond, man. You get 9 minutes, we get 2. All right?
You know, there are peer pressures, you know what I'm saying, in the real world. I get what you're saying. We can hope that, you know, with the right foundation that, you know, your child won't go too far astray, but in some cases, you know, it doesn't happen that way. But I get what you're saying, brother.
Yeah, man. I say that if I wasn't living this life, I would probably have a lost concept and I would believe whatever's told to me. And then that way, my kids wouldn't have a shot. You know what I'm saying? If I believe it, if you believe that, listen, it's power in thought, man. If you believe that and then you instill that in your kids, then they're fearful. Then they go out here and make dumb mistakes. They don't make the right decisions because you was too scared to teach them the proper way. Because you taught them all the superstitions rather than constructive guidance and teaching them how to be builders, not destructionists. We got to get back to being builders of life. Yes, this work. Listen, man, I'm talking to you as real as it gets. We have to face these things. That's why I went down through my life. I've been through some things. Almost had my life took. You don't get no realer than that. Betrayed by my own family, my brothers, my sisters, my cousins, by my own family members. My father was murdered by his nephew, my first cousin. Not the one that murdered my pops, right? His little brother gave the cat the gun and the t-shirt to come at me. Killed my pop on over there in what they call it the Raw, which is Rivera, on Pinewood 30th Street, the corner house. It was on the news, 1986. Shot my pop right in the head one time, went in the bathroom and shot my stepbrother, whatever, but I call him my brother, not step. Shot his mother in the head, one shot. You know, this is real life. But all of that did not take me and destroy me where I couldn't raise my family properly. I could have fell victim to that. I could have used that stuff as an excuse and cop out and not do the right thing. I could have copped out. I did not use that as an excuse to cop out on my kids, man, because they wouldn't have deserved that. You know what I'm thanking God for, Champion Heart? I was giving my sons $50,000 a piece to start their own business. Setting it up. Listen, soon as they figured out what it is they want to do, and my son, he said, look, you know, I'm doing this thing. You know, I've been on my job for over 2 years. You know what I mean? I got seniority, I got to figure out how I'm going to do this, you know, because I don't want to just walk off because I want my retirement. I understand all that. Right. But I still want them to create a business that's going to build generational wealth. Pop got your back. Y'all put the plan together. Let's take off. Let's get it done. Right. Let's get it done. You know, and I don't sit back and say, man, I wish I'd had that. Man, I wish listen, I'm not worried about what my pop didn't do. I'm not gonna let it define me. I'm not gonna let it destroy me and destroy my family. What are we gonna do as men to make sure these black boys come up and have a shot at life? We got to get rid of all these boogeymans. Well, it ain't gonna work, man, because your name ain't that. Well, you know, you already ain't got no shot. You destroy. Come on, man. Listen, we already know we black out here. We already know we ain't no line for us to get behind. They destroyed the line, so we got to create one. We got to create our own line.
You want to respond, Hannibal, to anything that was said during the show? I know you came in, and then we'll go around and give our closing remarks.
Yeah, everybody made valid points. You know, it's all about your perception because even when the guy who came on earlier was speaking about, you know, names like Martavius and stuff like that, you know, it's all about, how can I say this? You just can't let what's white society, you know, you can't let them dictate how you're gonna live your life, you know. And now they're more accepting of what we would call ghetto names or creative names, you know. So would I name my child Hennessy? Nah. But if I come across a child named Hennessy, I'm not gonna look down on that child.
That's right.
You know, and also when it comes to letting people who live an alternative lifestyle teach your children, I think that should not be going on, but it goes on because they're letting us know that majority of these kids don't have a father in the home. And if the father is there, he doesn't have a backbone. Because no man should want his child to sit in the classroom for 8 hours and this person who's living an alternative lifestyle and actually expressing that too in the classroom. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't let my child sit in there either until my child brain is more developed and they know what to do, you know? So nobody made a bad point. Everybody made a valid point. And, you know, so far this was a good show.
All right, appreciate you. We're going to go. You got anything else you want to add before we go around and give our closing remarks? Because the closing remarks going to take 20 minutes.
I'm gonna sit back and just let everybody else go on.
All right, go ahead, Champ. You want to jump? You were jumping.
Yeah, my brother Hannibal, he just made a good point. This is one reason why Eddie Long was so successful in what he was doing to those boys, because there was no father in the house, and that's what he preyed upon. And he used the gospel to to get to these young cats.
Appreciate it. All
You
right,
know,
Seymour. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, champ. Take your time.
I wanted to address this term you're using. What what you're referring to? Are you talking about a demographics when you're referring to black women as in bitches, or
No,
what
I'm just,
are you doing? What is that
I'm
about?
I'm just forcing y'all to overreact. That's all. I won't say it. Use it if you don't want.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. I get it.
Okay. Go ahead, Seymour.
I was gonna I guess answer the cow because he said something about when I said the name Hennessy means strength and energy, as if it didn't. So I was gonna ask him, did he even look it up to see if I was lying? And I think here again, it goes back to the problem because we don't understand something. A lot of us as black people, when we don't understand it, we mock it. You see what I'm saying? Because we don't understand. Now had that here again, I'll say it again. Had it been a white little child or white boy, or white girl with the same name, we wouldn't look at them different. Oh, that's unique. We only look at it because we demonize ourselves. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that name. If that's what they want to name their child, what if one day we have a serial killer named Fred? Would you change your name, Fred? Would you change your son's name? No, you wouldn't. You would. You know what I'm saying? You would not do that. I mean, you would probably name your great grandson Fred because that's your name, that's your lineage. I mean, and that's what you're proud of. My name is Daryl. My name ain't Seymour. That's just a moniker I use on Facebook. My name is Daryl. I got probably one of the whitest names there is, Daryl Roy. He was a coach down here in Texas. Anytime I talk to white people, oh, you know Daryl Roy? Yeah, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But here again, man, we have to stop the foolishness, man. As black, especially black men, we too old to be worried about. And that's another thing. Because somebody has a certain name, or we should name them this unique name because we're scared that white folks won't hire them. Well, maybe if we go and create jobs, we wouldn't have to worry about white folks hiring them. And see, here again, that's on us. Our parents didn't do anything, and now we're falling into the same mode. Some of us, not all of us, some of us, we're not building businesses. We don't have grocery stores. We don't have land. You know what I'm saying? To feed our kids and stuff like that. So we have to worry about what white people think because we don't have the resources to take care of our children. You see, so we have to step up. We can't teach our children to step up if we never stepped up. So I ain't gonna be long-winded. That's it.
I appreciate you. Go ahead, D.
Great point. Awesome point, brother. Awesome point. Yeah. All I'm saying, man, is first of all, great show here tonight. I can dig it. I just truly believe in foundation, and without that foundation, a house cannot stand. So if we do our work at home, because more than likely, all of us got names that are foreign to us. We have all been stripped of self and reconstructed and given different identities. And we have to start from there to rebrand ourselves, so to speak, and instill greatness and not fear in our children and in our people. Because on platforms such as this, it is a megaphone. And when people begin to hear that your name ain't shit, that your name is only a self-destructive name, and they take that in and start to believe it, and they could be a good child, but after hearing that, can mentally destroy them when we have so many battles to fight already. We don't need to pile on the agony, the torture, the imbalance, but we need to be builders of men. Start creating and get back to self-love and loving our people and loving on each other. It's nothing wrong with it. Don't make you a punk, man, to tell your brother you love him. It don't make you a punk to tell your brother, hey, I was wrong. Forgive me. I was wrong about that. It don't make you a punk to reach out to your brother when he hasn't spoken to you in a year or 2 years. Pick up the phone and call him. It don't make you a punk to reach out to your mother and your father that you haven't talked to in 10 years because you feel they owe you something. They owe you nothing. You're grown now. They brought you in this world. It's time for you to start acting like a man. Start acting like a woman. Let's get off this train that's leading us down the path of destruction and build a train of success, healing, direction. Let's be for one another and stop being against one another and stop telling each other that we can't do it because there's no other group that's doing that to their people but us. And we got to stop doing that because nobody's going to look out for us. Nobody's going to give us a hand up. We got to do this on our own. We got to get out of that funk, family, and start loving each other again and forgiving one another and reaching out to your brothers and sisters who you've not spoken to in a while. It don't hurt you to be the first one to do it. Don't worry about them not reaching out to you first. You do it. And I think you'll be pretty satisfied with doing that. Hey, peace and love, family. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you. And last but not least, Michael Fuller, man. What's up?
Okay. Man, great conversation. Appreciate everything. Deacon, Champion Hart, Fred, Kyle. Everyone had great points. And I think we all have the right heart when we're approaching this problem. We really want to solve some of the issues that our people are having and have had for centuries since we've been here. We've been in a bad way. I think it's two ways to look at this problem. One is from a secular standpoint where you look at the impact of having such a derogatory name, the impact that could have on a child's or a young person's ability to navigate some of the inherent problems with society today, which is racism, discrimination, stereotypes, things of that nature, that actually enhances the young person's problems in regards to getting opportunities when they try to make their way into the world and get jobs in corporate America and so forth. So that's one way to look at it. That's a real secular way of looking at it. But I also agree with Deacon. At the end of the day, we can't look at this thing as just a secular thing, even though the practical way of looking at the world is what we see physically. This is a very spiritual world that we live in. And the things that we see going on in society and the way that a certain group of people are navigating and controlling society and producing this environment that we live in that's very homosexually oriented and aggressive, trying to influence our children to live that alternative lifestyle. That's a very spiritually driven agenda.
Right.
So what we have to do is we have to understand that that spiritual aspect of it is what we need to come into and use that. The Bible talks about faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. When we use faith, like Deacon was talking about, when it comes down to it, it's about your faith. What you believe gives you the ability to move mountains, to move a system that's driven by spiritual wickedness, like what we see in the United States and really across the world in Western society today. So that aspect of it is more important than the secular side, because it really, the origin of all things is spiritual. We have to function on that spiritual level, utilize our faith, get in right standing with the Creator, and break down these spiritual walls and boundaries that are set up around our people and destroying our people and really destroying society as a whole. But Black kids are very vulnerable because, as Fred said, 7 out of 10 of them do not have fathers at home. So when they're constantly bombarded with this homosexual agenda, there's really no example there in the home to show them what a man should be, what a man should look like. So they're very vulnerable, very influenceable at this point. So there's two sides. There's the secular side, there's the spiritual side. And I think at the end of the day, we have to be willing, when we come up against strongholds like we are right now, where we don't seem to be able to break through some of the things that are going on in society, some of the twisted ways in which things are happening, we have to grab hold of the spiritual aspects of life, get in contact with the Creator, be in right standing, and break down these things in the spiritual realm first. And so I think everything we talked about is great, but those are two sides that I think that it really boils down to.
Appreciate y'all. You out of here, champ? Anything else you want to add? Or you?
Yeah. Let me piggyback off of Mike real quick. He's absolutely right. What our young black men have to face, and not having a father in the home. You have a lot of our young black men who are super emotional because they're being raised by these single mothers. And it's nothing, I'm talking down against single mothers. It's just that man in the house is very much needed. A perfect example. We look at how successful the Charlotte brothers are, but look at how super emotional they are because they were raised by a single mother. And so they don't know certain resolution techniques. You know what I'm saying? Because of how they were raised. You can't. Everything can't be handled physically. And that's their mindset. You even heard one say, "I got niggas that will kill for me." That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But that mindset is to handle everything. It has to be in a physical type of harming format. And everything that they react to is super emotional. We see it all the time. So, and they're not the only ones. We see this in in a lot of our young black men who really don't know how to solve things on a resolution type of way. I'm glad that I learned how to do that, and became a certified dispute resolution person. Because I actually learned how to do it, and it's very effective. And I think a lot of us need to really, learn how to do that.
Right, I agree. Yeah, that emotional aspect definitely. Whenever we act out emotion, we act irrationally. We
Right.
make wrong decisions when we make decisions emotionally. So definitely. Hey, one thing I'm gonna say too, Fred, real quick.
Yes, please.
When I talked about the spiritual aspect of it, I don't know if you guys heard of Baphomet. Have you ever heard of Baphomet?
No, go ahead.
Look up Baphomet.
That's a devil. It's like
Yeah. Look that up and look at that animal that represents the Baphomet, and you'll see that it has both genders, right? The Bible talks about, and I'm just stating the fact. I'm just stating the fact. This is what the Bible says, and we are in a Christian nation, so it should be okay to talk about the Bible. The Bible talks about how that particular lifestyle is an abomination. It's different from just regular sin. And it states where God actually destroyed two cities, two whole cities and everyone in them, except for Lot and his family, which he allowed to escape behind the rampant spread of that particular lifestyle. So the bottom line is that there's a very spiritual side behind everything that we see going on in the natural, from all the things we're seeing going on that we know they're not correct. And I think that we have to learn to see what's in the secular world, but learn how to deal with it more on a spiritual level in order to be effective. That's it.
Appreciate you.
All right, my brother. I'm out, man.
Yeah.
All right now.
Oh, it's that goat. Yeah, I've seen that a million times. Appreciate y'all. All right, Kyle, go ahead and close us out, man. What you got, man?
Another great conversation, man.
Yeah, great conversation. I would agree.
Good night. You know what I'm saying? Deacon, took us everywhere around the world, but answered the question. You know what I mean? And like I say, dog, them names. If you want to get creative with the names, cool. But naming naming your kid after something that has a bad stigma to it already, you know what I'm saying? We ain't gotta demonize shit. It's already been demonized by the white man. So when you come out that house,
shit's been demonized by us already.
Yeah, I mean, no, but I'm saying not just us though. It's been demonized by the white man too. Like, niggas drink Hennessy.
Yeah,
You know
I
what I'm
mean,
saying?
everybody who drinks Hennessy really doesn't want to be addicted to Hennessy. You know, like, oh man, I want to quit. Oh man, every time I drink, man, it's fucking up my marriage, man. Every time I drink, man, I'm too abusive to my kids, man. When I come home on Friday, I'm hitting my son too hard, man. You know what I mean? And yeah, Kyle, I'm sorry. I'll add to what you said.
No. I get what you're saying, but it's most people I know that drink Hennessy are black. I mean, most of the white people I know, they drinking whiskey or some other shit. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, I saw black when I heard the name. I don't care. See, my life is governed by pragmatics. You know, it's not governed by what would a white person do, what would a black person do. Obviously, you think it, right? But it's governed by pragmatics and wisdom. And if I know I'm giving birth to a child and I want he or she to succeed, no pun intended on the pronouns. I got to protect them as best I can and give them the greatest opportunity. I don't know what the 1900s look like, Prohibition, World War I, World War II. I don't know what was bad in those times. But in 2022, if I name my child Hennessy, Tanqueray, I'm thinking alcohol because of the society that I live in. I'm not thinking me and God are one. Isn't it funny how every name that you name a child, me and God are one. By divine spirit, he and I are one. You know, I'm not thinking that. And I'm willing to bet the majority, over 51% of people, are not thinking, oh, that's an African. Oh, that's an Irish name. Nah, they're not thinking it. They're thinking, why would he name his child that? You know, and it does, as Deacon say, it's not the end all to be all. I just don't want to create the problem in my kid, you know. Just as me being absent or me being a terrible dad, that will in turn make my kid's life more challenging, you know. Me spending $20,000-$30,000 a month going to Vegas and fucking all the girls and doing all that, that will be a hindrance to my child, you know, to Lincoln and Kennedy. So I choose not to do that. Me disrespecting Dre in the house, that would be a hindrance to my child. So I'm conscientious of a lot of those things, and I fall short, like all of us. My shortcomings are not your shortcomings, and I just want to eliminate as many as possible, as easy as possible, and that's my perspective. And yours may be the name, mine's may be Lincoln and Kennedy or biracial. Yours may be your kids grew up in the hood and they have the ability to handle that. Mine may be my kids didn't grow up in the hood, so they don't have that whatever comes with it, that brawn, you know, that I don't know, but I understand that, and I get all of that, and I think as parents, arming our kids, because you got to understand something. Your kids' talents is either going to be two things. It's either going to be a weapon or a tool. And you want to arm your kids with tools, because if they have a weapon, they'll be in self-defense mode their whole life. And I think that's the best road possible. Mine is going to be different than yours. You know, I live in a different zip code than you. I live in a different city than you. You know, I have different friends than you, different environment. So, but be cognizant of what you're doing, and hopefully it's giving your child the best opportunity possible. You know, because Lincoln and Kennedy are going to get married one day, and hopefully the other person comes from great stock. You know, and that's why, one of the reasons why I'm cognizant of the realities of this world, and how I'm really, really hard. You know, like I'm unwavering on what's right and what's wrong, just because, you know, there's a 17-year-old person watching this show every night. Trust me, you know. So and or a young adult, so non-married, no kids. So I just want them to know the absolute easiest road and best road, and that's where wisdom comes in. You know, Deacon talked about faith, and I'll add the wisdom part to that. You know, you got to have that wisdom, discernment, you know, pragmatics, you know, right and wrong, you know, and we can get out of here. But yeah, that's pretty much it, Kyle.
Man, head over to the boxing section, man. We're definitely live. You know what I'm saying? We'll talk about we're gonna do the wire tonight, man. Just
oh yeah, Wire Wednesday. I saw it lined up.
Bringing it back. I was supposed to do it way earlier, man, but got caught up with the kids, so we just gonna hold it down.
Damn, I wanted to have this conversation about the cop, because it was a black cop, a black woman, and a black man. So I really wanted to have that conversation. Maybe I'll bring it back tomorrow if nothing crazy happens. Because I remember, I'll kill that nigga. I'll beat that nigga ass. You get what I'm saying? Remember that show we had?
Yeah.
That's what inspired me, man. So, but yeah.
Yeah, man.
Bring it back tomorrow. Yeah. Tonight was a great show. Don't Fredro me. What are you talking about, Willis? What are you talking about, Cal? Oh man. I'm just supposed to play it. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm going. So I gotta make 2 stops tonight. I'm gonna go over to H Money's. I'm heading over to Kyle's boxing section. And you leaving tonight?
No, it's
you leaving tomorrow night? Oh, today is Wednesday. I stand corrected. So you're leaving tomorrow night.
Friday. I'll probably leave
Friday night?
I'll probably leave tomorrow night. Tomorrow night or like Friday morning.
You haven't bought your ticket yet?
Nah.
You was the planner.
Yeah.
I'll stay out of it.
You know how I do it. You know, I'm a last minute nigga, man.
Man, it's gonna cost you more money.
Nah, man. Shit, man. I'm trying to. Peoples Hernandez.
He in the building? I don't see him yet. But we appreciate you, peoples, man. King Israel, yo, Poeto, Deacon 305. Hey, I don't know how they got Dick out of Richard. I don't know. I still never understood that. I don't understand it. I don't understand that. Villa. Yeah, we'll bring that back tomorrow if nothing crazy happens, man. Born to lose, built to last. Big belly, man. Appreciate you, man. How's everybody doing? We got 3 more weeks, man, till Labor Day. How y'all doing? How y'all doing out there? I might do a shirt. I might do a show with no shirt on or some shit. You know what I mean?
I'm turning into high gear this week.
Oh man.
I gotta start the run.
Just to let y'all know, you know what I mean? Fred don't be playing around. But anyways, man, I totally appreciate tonight. What a show, man. What a show. I people disagree with me. I love it. Love it. Oh man, yeah, man. And I'm editing my those damn Jamesons. I'm with it. I'm with it. If I knew a damn Jameson, I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? And most Jamesons are white. Fuck them. Like, I don't give a fuck. Why would you name your child Jameson? Man, it's stupid. That's my. I'm not thinking of. I don't know. It's just me. So. But I know Hennessy is prevalent in the black community, and that's the first thing I think of. Was it the purple bag?
The what?
It's a purple bag.
That's
Hennessy,
Crown
right?
Royal.
That's Crown Royal. Yeah, Crown Royal. Hennessy is not in the bag, right? Yeah. That shows you how much I drink. I ain't been around my uncles in a long time, man.
Hey, shit, I just know it because niggas drink around me, so.
Yeah, man. So, love y'all, man. We out of here, man. Mañana, mañana, mañana.